Hi you guys, so I wanted to do a military video about different things that people have had questions about and overcoming, able to handle being with somebody in the military. And yeah, so please keep on watching and let's get right into it. Okay, so the first question is, how do you handle being with somebody in the military? Well, how I would handle it might be different than how other people handle it. So I really do struggle with being the person that comes second, because I gotta choose my words wisely. So when you're with somebody in the military is number one. It comes first. If something were to happen, if you're called on, you gotta go. And I struggled with being put second. And to Josh, I am number one in his head, but to the military, they are number one. And so I'm just trying to figure out how to make both of us about the same. Sorry, my hair. So yeah, it just takes time. You just really gotta love who you're with and just really love your relationship. If you love each other, then you should be able to handle it fine. I am getting used to it still, and yeah, and I think that's only because we just moved to Iowa over a year ago. So yeah, it's a lot different here versus California. So it just depends on who you are and your skill set towards in relationships and stuff. But I just love being able to see him every day. So that's what is really good of the outcome from it. So yeah, that's how I handle it. It's just being able to see him every day and being able to do stuff with him, and I love it. I know a common asked question that I get is, how long will you be at the base that you're at? And he gets asked it too. Typically it's usually 2 years at a base, but depending on your enlistment or whatever it's called, it depends on your contract really. I know some people can be on a base for 2 years and then get PCS to another base. Some people can be on a base for 4 years and not get off of it. And some people can be on a base for so long. So you don't really know. Josh's last base, he was in California. He was that for 4 years. So it was a little bit longer. This one, he is probably going to be here about 2 years. We don't know. You'll never know until you get those orders or until you either get out or something happens. So you don't really know. But that's okay, because he is originally from Iowa and his family is all here. So it's not like we're completely away from everybody. Oh, I think my curl fell out. Oh well. Okay, so some people have told me jokingly, girl, you're so attached to Josh. Wait until you go to your first deployment, or wait until he has to be deployed for 6 months to a year. You're gonna lose your you know what. And I'm just don't tell me that, because when me and Josh met, I think he's been deployed before. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he hadn't deployed when we had been together. We've been together almost 2 years now, basically 2 years. We'll be together 2 years in October. He and I have not gone through a deployment together, and I'm really thankful for that, because I know most people who are in a military relationship cannot say that they've never gone through a deployment together. I've had a friend whose husband has been deployed I think at least twice since they had been together. And I'm just like, oh my God, girl, how do you handle that? But I literally don't think I would be able to handle it. Sorry if you hear a siren in the back, that's our town siren. So, I'm so sorry. But I personally don't think that I would want that to ever happen. Nobody wants their husband, their boyfriend, their significant other to deploy or anything like that. But if he has to go, he has to go. There's nothing in the works right now as far as I'm understanding of any kind of deployment right now. I'm so thankful for that. And yes, I don't want him to go, but if he has to go, he has to go. So we have been very fortunate that we have not had to go through a deployment together, and I thank God for that. But like I said, if it happens, it happens. His dog Sandy has never been without him. So for him to possibly ever have to deploy in the near future or later on in life would not only break my heart, but it would break her heart too. So hopefully we never have to experience that. But like I said, if it happens, it happens. We just personally have not gone through a deployment yet together. Okay, so I know that there are some bases where you have to be married to live on the base with your significant other or your husband, your partner, anything that, you literally have to be legally married to be in base housing. The base that Josh is currently at, you do not have to be married to live on base because they have so much base housing and on base and off base housing that you don't have to be married to live on base. We chose not to live on base just because Josh is from Iowa, and yeah, he'd rather stay in his hometown, which is fine. Like, we're totally fine out here. We have family and friends out here. Our animals are out here. My mother is now here, as you know. So that is one of the reasons why we chose not to live on base. And plus, he is on base all the time. He'd rather be on base for work, and then when he comes home, he'd rather just be home. So that's that. Which I don't know if there's any other bases out there that you don't have to be married to live on, but I do know that this one here you don't have to be. But yeah. So I would give a new couple advice on being new to the military world. I did not have the time to go through basic training, tech school, all that kind of stuff with Josh. So I was very fortunate that I kind of came in at the rest of his journey after he was done with all of that. And so it's really nice that I didn't have to go through that. I don't know if that's mean or nice to say, but I'm glad that I didn't, because I think it would have been a lot harder for us communication wise to go through that, because when you're going through basic training with them, like, they can't talk to you as much as what you want them to, and I'm the type of person that I want to talk to him every day. So yeah, but I would tell the new couple that if you love each other and you're dedicated and loyal to each other, you can do anything you set your mind to. You can make it. You just have to know where to put your values at and when to stand up for yourself. And Sandy, sorry, she's like so wired. So you just have to really know who you're marrying and know an understanding of them and know their job what I did when I started dating Josh is that I really took the time to get to know his job and what he does, and just really understand the intensity of his job and how to cope with it, and to understand what he has to go through on an everyday schedule. So it just depends on the job that your significant other or husband or girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whatever they're doing. Every job in the military is different. Some may have stronger work schedules than others. Some may have more lax. So it just really depends on the couple. And I would say that you need to learn to make time for each other when you have time for each other and your time off and stuff. Because if you don't, then it's gonna crumble. But you really just need to make sure that you have time for each other. And that's pretty much the advice I would give. Just make sure you have time. We do get to go on some trips, but I can't remember what it is. I think it is 8, it's either 6 or 8 hours. I don't remember, but I'm sure if he watches this video, he is going to correct me. So I cannot remember off the top of my head, and any other military girlfriends or wives can correct me too. But I think he can only be 6 to 8 hours away from base. He has to be able to get back to base within 6 to 8 hours. It might even be shorter than that. I don't remember. But he has to be able to get back to base within 6 to 8 hours if he is not on leave. If he's on leave, he can go. But if he's just on his regular day off and he feels like he might be called back to work or anything like that, he just like lets them know, hey, I'm going here this weekend. Are you cool? Like, is it good? Like, hopefully you're not gonna need anything or anything like that. But he typically makes sure that he's around, because he does have people that like to rely on him. And so yeah, so we do go on fun trips. We go to Kansas City a lot. We go to Illinois a lot. Obviously, we're always in Nebraska. Yeah, so we do go on fun trips. We have one coming up this weekend that I might do like a little vlog for you guys. But yeah, so the military life is different for everybody. I'm not gonna say anything about what he does or like, yeah. So I'm not gonna say his rank or anything like that. But his job is very, very work oriented, and he is constantly like doing something for work around the clock. So anybody that wants to be with anybody in the military, just really make sure that is what you want, and make sure that you truly, truly love your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, or husband, or whatever, or wife. Make sure that you really are all in, especially for those who are going to be starting families. I know it's kind of hard to have a family in the military, but it is possible. We have chosen not to have kids right now just because of our wedding coming up, and we want to make sure that we have our wedding and to be able to start a family later on in a few years or so. So yeah, just really make sure that you're all in, and make sure that you know what you're doing and what you want. Because once you sign that line to be a military spouse or military girlfriend or boyfriend, well, you don't really sign the line to be the boyfriend or girlfriend, but either way, like if you're with them, you signed up to be with them. That is the bottom line, you know? So if you have hesitations and you have like second thoughts, you need to talk to your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your significant other, husband, wife, whatever. Like, you need to talk. Communication is the best way to go. Sometimes it doesn't happen as easy as you think it does, but in the end, it will all work out for you. If you love them, it will work out. Now, another question that I have been asked tons and tons and tons of times, is Josh planning on staying in? And I got an answer for you. So, I'm going to tell you this right here. I don't know. Okay? He has talked multiple times about his decision, but he hasn't made a final decision yet for anything, because he still has a while before he can get out. So I'm hoping that within the next few years or so, he will make a decision. We'll just have to wait and see, though, because he likes what he does. He likes being able to serve his country, and I cannot blame him for that. Whatever decision he makes, I will stand behind him 100%, and I love him, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds. And if he stays in, he stays in. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But for now, he's in, and that's all I know. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to know more about our relationship or our life or our military life, just let us know, and I can find out some information for you guys, or I can just tell you what I know. So just let me know in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and don't forget to follow me on my social media. I have Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook as well for my videos. My Instagram ones, they will go onto the stories, and the link to the videos will be on my bio, and as well as you can watch it on YouTube. Thank you. I am Kimmy, and thank you. Bye.